I remember a Tuesday, the 5th of July, in 2026, at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, one of the busiest hubs in the world. The scene at Delta Airlines Gate A26, preparing for flight DL-1827 bound for Orlando, felt like a quiet pressure cooker. Sarah Jenkins, a solo leisure traveler in her early 30s, probably thinking about sun-drenched theme parks, walked toward her boarding group. But then she stopped. Her eyes caught something new, something that had been rolled out across major airports just that spring: the automated bag scanners. These weren't your grandmother's metal sizers, those blunt instruments that could be coerced with a little muscle. No, these were sleek, imposing units, their optical sensors actively measuring every dimension, every curve of a carry-on as it was presented. A sense of unease, I could almost feel it radiating from her, as she pushed her 20-year-old rolling suitcase forward. This wasn't some cheap, flimsy thing. It was a relic, a faithful travel companion that had seen 2 decades of journeys. For years, its 22 inches by 14 inches by 9 inches had been perfectly compliant, a silent testament to its reliability. But the world, and air travel regulations, had moved on. The digital display on the automated bag scanner, a panel of cool, unforgiving blue, suddenly flared to a stark, angry red. Then came the sound, a crisp, almost mechanical error tone, not piercing but insistent, a clear declaration of non-compliance. What unfolded next held no surprises for those of us who understood the tectonic shifts in modern air travel. Sarah, like many, had stumbled into an informational trap. She would later tell me, seen a viral social media post claiming a hack for slightly oversized bags. Just force it into the sizer, an old trick born from a time when gate agents might look the other way, when good enough was often, well, good enough. That pre-2026 mentality, the belief that a little wiggle room was inherent to the system, was her primary source of error. She genuinely believed her trusted bag would simply fit, because it always had, and a half an inch here or there seemed negligible. Her complacency, fueled by outdated online advice, collided head-on with the cold, hard reality of 21st century aviation precision. These new automated bag scanners are far more than glorified measuring tapes. They are precision instruments designed with optical laser sensors to capture exact dimensions down to a fraction of an inch. Each unit is integrated directly into the airline's Passenger Service System, or PSS, and the Baggage Reconciliation System, or BRS. This means that a dimension violation, like the one Sarah's bag triggered, isn't merely an observation. It's a data point, an immediate flag within the system. The days of a friendly gate agent eyeballing your luggage or allowing a quick shove into a manual metal cage are, for the most part, over. We're talking about an industry-wide push for standardization, driven by the IATA Resolution 302, which mandates consistent carry-on policies to improve efficiency and safety across the board. Airlines are maximizing every cubic foot of overhead bin space and optimizing cargo hold capacity, which means every inch and every pound matters. Gate Agent Thompson, a young man in his 20s with an air of unflappable efficiency, approached Sarah. He didn't raise his voice, didn't point fingers. He simply pointed to the digital display, which clearly showed the red violation alert alongside the precise measurements. "Ma'am," he said, his tone entirely professional. "Your bag registered at 22.5 inches by 14.5 inches by 9.5 inches. A half an inch over in length, another half an inch in width, and a quarter of an inch in depth, all exceeding the now strictly enforced 22 by 14 by 9 inch standard." The automated bag scanner was unrelenting. But that wasn't the only issue. "And it also registered at 23 pounds, Thompson continued. Delta, like many carriers, had updated its carry-on weight limit to 20 pounds, a move designed to prevent overloaded overhead compartments and streamline boarding. Sarah's bag was a full 3 pounds over. You could see the realization dawn on her face, a mix of anxiety and a dawning resignation. Thompson then pointed to a clearly posted policy sign, a bright yellow placard detailing the updated regulations. As per airline policy, any carry-on exceeding stated dimensions or weight must be checked at the gate. The consequence was as unavoidable as it was unwelcome: a $100 gate check fee. I saw Sarah's shoulders slump as she handed over her credit card. The yellow bag tag, an unmistakable symbol of an unexpected expense, was quickly affixed to her trusty suitcase. She watched, a silent farewell in her eyes, as her 20-year travel companion disappeared down the jet bridge, swept away to the cargo hold. It was a stark visual reminder of her pre-2026 travel complacency. That $100 fee wasn't just a charge. It was a tuition payment in the harsh school of modern aviation compliance. This scenario plays out hundreds of times every day in airports around the globe, and it's entirely avoidable. What Sarah should have done, what anyone should do, is simple. First, before every flight, consult your airline's specific, updated carry-on policy online. Do not rely on generic travel blogs or social media hacks from years past. These regulations change. Second, physically measure your bag. Use a standard tape measure, don't guess. Your perception of a little bit over might be a costly violation to the automated bag scanner. Remember, an inch is an inch and a pound is a pound. Third, invest in a small, portable luggage scale. They are inexpensive and can save you significant money and stress at the gate. Weigh your bag at home. If it's close to the limit, reconsider what you're packing. The world of air travel is constantly evolving, driven by advancements in technology and an unwavering commitment to operational efficiency and safety. This isn't about making travel harder. It's about making it smoother and more predictable for everyone. Those who take the time to understand and adhere to the rules, those who prepare, will navigate the skies with ease. Those who don't, well, they learn the hard way, often with an unexpected gate check fee. The skies favor the prepared, and in 2026, precise measurement and up-to-date knowledge are your first lines of defense against costly surprises. Embrace the evolution. It's there to make your journey better. What I witnessed on September 12, 2026, at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, DFW, is a scene I've encountered hundreds of times, a crucial lesson played out in real time. David Miller, a veteran road warrior in his mid-40s, approached the Transportation Security Administration checkpoint, intent on boarding American Airlines flight AA205, bound for London. He navigated the terminal with the assured gait of someone who spends more hours airborne than grounded. Yet even the most seasoned flyers can stumble when regulations shift. especially with technology rollouts staggered across a sprawling airport. David's laptop bag vanished into the X-ray machine's hungry maw. Officer Johnson, a man in his 50s whose calm demeanor bespoke years of experience, motioned to David with a simple, clear gesture. "Sir," Johnson's voice was even, unhurried. "We need to remove that full-size bottle of cologne and the tube of shaving cream from your carry-on." A moment of quiet tension stretched, a minor discord in the checkpoint's rhythmic hum. David looked genuinely bewildered, a faint flush creeping up his neck. He began to protest. "But I thought some lanes here at DFW had the new CT scanners that let liquids stay in." Here's where David hit the snag, a classic misstep rooted in a dangerous assumption. Believing all security lanes, even within a single airport, operate identically. Yes, many major hubs, DFW included, are progressively integrating advanced CT scanning technology. In designated lanes, this does allow larger quantities of liquids to remain in carry-ons. But the rollout isn't a flip of a switch. It's a phased, often painstaking process. Not every lane, not every terminal boasts this capability simultaneously. Officer Johnson, without a hint of judgment, directed David's attention to the clear signage posted just before the divesting area. It explicitly detailed the standard liquid protocols for that particular lane. "The 3-1-1 liquid rule," Johnson stated, reiterating the essential, "is still actively in effect right here. All liquids, gels, and aerosols must be in 3.4-ounce containers or smaller, fitting into one quart-sized bag." David's 6-ounce cologne and 7-ounce shaving cream were unequivocally non-compliant. That familiar thunk as his items were pushed into the disposal bin underscored the frustrating, unyielding reality. But the true flashpoint, the incident that truly underscores the peril of assuming, came next. David's older power bank, a portable electronic device, a PED, appeared on the scanner's screen. It looked robust, a workhorse, but it lacked any clearly marked watt-hour rating. Officer Johnson paused, his gaze sharp and methodical, first on the digital image, then directly at David. "Sir, please remove that power bank and your tablet." David complied, a palpable wave of annoyance now emanating from him. "And we'll need to see that tablet power on for us," Johnson requested, indicating the device. This, friends, is the Power is Proof directive in full, non-negotiable effect, a critical security protocol designed to mitigate genuine threats. If a device cannot power on, it's instantly flagged as a potential security risk. It simply doesn't fly. This isn't an arbitrary hurdle. It's a fundamental layer of defense, guarding against concealed dangers that could jeopardize every soul on board. David fumbled with the tablet, repeatedly pressing the power button. The screen, however, remained stubbornly dark. His face visibly fell as the stark realization dawned. The battery was dead. A small, almost imperceptible sigh escaped Officer Johnson. Then came the power bank. The Transportation Security Administration, in close collaboration with the Federal Aviation Administration, maintains precise, non-wavering guidelines for lithium-ion batteries. Any power bank without a legible watt-hour rating, or one exceeding the standard 100 watt-hour limit without prior airline approval, is subject to immediate confiscation. David's power bank, by its sheer size and estimated capacity, likely fell into the range of 120 to 150 watt-hours. An undocumented capacity, a gray area of uncertainty, instantly triggered the confiscation protocol. He'd simply tossed it into his bag years ago, never giving a second thought to its critical specifications. This device, once a loyal companion on countless journeys, was now deemed a potential hazard, an undeniable flight risk. I watched David's frustration reach its peak. He attempted to argue, to invoke his extensive travel history, but the rules, crafted for our collective safety, are ironclad. Officer Davis, a Customs and Border Protection officer in his 30s, who had been observing the scenario from just a few feet away, offered an almost imperceptible nod. He saw this daily, a familiar, avoidable scene. The immediate consequences for David extended far beyond the loss of valuable personal items. A good $50 worth of toiletries and a $100 power bank. It culminated in an embarrassing, publicly visible delay. He had to step aside, inconveniencing a line of other passengers, while the officers meticulously processed the confiscated items and ensured his remaining electronics were compliant. The true culprit here? A combination of David's oversight regarding specific airport security advisories for DFW and his dangerous belief that some rules don't apply to frequent flyers. That kind of thinking isn't savvy. It's a direct route to trouble, and a stark reminder that vigilance is universal. So, how do we proactively avoid David's predicament? It fundamentally boils down to unwavering vigilance, disciplined preparation, and an unshakable commitment to current protocols. This is a mantra I've championed for decades, because preparation isn't just about efficiency, it's about absolute safety. Here's your concise roadmap to seamless travel. 1. Check your departure point. Always meticulously verify the specific TSA guidelines for your departure airport and even your particular terminal online before every single trip. Never assume consistency. Security measures are dynamic, and what worked last month might not fly today. 2. Power is proof. Ensure all portable electronic devices are fully charged before you even leave for the airport. Remember, the power is proof directive is non-negotiable. If it doesn't power on, it simply doesn't get on the plane. No exceptions. 3. Know your battery. Verify that any power banks or external batteries have their watt-hour capacity clearly marked. If that critical rating isn't visible, or if the device exceeds 100 watt-hours, it's safest to leave it at home or secure prior approval from your airline. Ignorance here can lead to immediate confiscation. 4. Liquid logic. Consolidate all liquids, gels, and aerosols into one clear, compliant, quart-sized pouch. Keep it easily accessible at the top of your carry-on. This single, simple step saves everyone, yourself and the security personnel, precious minutes. The world of aviation security is far from stagnant. It's a dynamic, ever-evolving frontier, relentlessly adapting to new technologies and emerging threats. Those who proactively invest the time to understand and rigorously adhere to these rules, those who prepare diligently, navigate the skies with unparalleled confidence and ease. Those who choose not to, well, they discover a different, far costlier kind of lesson. This isn't about making travel difficult. It's about making it demonstrably safer for every passenger, every single time. Embrace the evolution. Stay meticulously informed. And always remember this core truth. Precise knowledge of the current rules is your first and your absolute best line of defense against costly surprises and wholly unnecessary delays. Don't let your valuable experience become a liability. Instead, transform it into a powerful advantage, firmly grounded in up-to-date information and an unwavering commitment to proactive safety. Every seasoned traveler understands that flicker of apprehension, the gate agent's gaze sweeping over a crowded regional jet line, a look that forecasts the dreaded gate check tag. This challenge, as old as regional aviation itself, intensifies with the constant shifts in security protocols and aircraft designs. Yet, I recall a specific instance from last November, November 18th, 2026, at Denver International Airport, that vividly showed how deliberate preparation, not mere luck, truly dictates the outcome. Emily Watson, a sharp young woman in her late 20s, was set to fly to Aspen on United Airlines flight UA2987. Traveling solo, she carried a single bag. What truly distinguished her was her astute grasp of the inherent constraints of regional jets. These smaller aircraft, with their compact cabin layouts and notoriously restrictive overhead bin dimensions, are a frequent source of passenger frustration. Emily had witnessed enough hurried gate checks and exasperated travelers to recognize that a rigid hard-shell suitcase, even if technically standard in size, often signaled trouble for such flights. Her initial strategic move involved her luggage itself. She deliberately chose a soft-sided carry-on, meticulously measured to a compliant 21 inches by 13 inches by 8 inches. This wasn't a casual decision. It was a calculated advantage. The soft construction provided a crucial degree of pliability, allowing the bag to gently compress when necessary, a stark contrast to the unyielding form of a hard case. But perhaps her most critical preparation centered on a detail many travelers still overlook: her smart bag's power system. This particular bag boasted a TSA-approved removable power unit rated at 95 watt-hours. Crucially, its lithium-ion battery was engineered for effortless detachment. Long before even approaching the security checkpoint, Emily had already removed that battery and secured it within her personal item, a small backpack. This single, proactive step rigorously adhered to the critical "if the battery can't come out, the bag can't come aboard" directive for smart luggage. It also guaranteed she would encounter zero friction at the Transportation Security Administration checkpoint, where any unremoved or improperly marked smart bag battery is an instant red flag. As she neared her United Airlines gate, flight attendant Maria, a woman in her 30s whose sharp eye was honed by years of managing crowded regional flights, scanned the queue. I could practically sense her mental tallying of potentially oversized carry-ons, her hand ready to deploy gate check tags. But when Emily presented her boarding pass, her sleek, soft-sided bag offered no such dilemma. The gate area featured the newer, wider metal sizer, designed to quickly verify carry-on dimensions without human intervention. Emily's bag slid through it effortlessly, a clear testament to her precise measurements and material selection. There was no hesitation, no awkward struggle, just the smooth, unimpeded glide of a compliant bag passing through its designated portal. The true moment of truth, of course, arrived on board. Despite a fully booked flight, with every seat occupied and the overhead bins already appearing packed tight, Emily's foresight truly paid dividends. As she lifted her bag, its flexible construction allowed it to compress just enough to fit into a space that a rigid suitcase, even one technically within the stated dimensions, would have simply obstructed. The snug click of the overhead bin latch, signaling a successfully stowed bag, was more than just a sound. It was the quiet affirmation of a perfectly executed plan. Emily hadn't just secured her bag, she had secured invaluable peace of mind. This outcome was far from accidental. Emily's success stemmed directly from her meticulous research into United's regional jet specifications. She understood that generic carry-on limits found online often fail to account for the unique and frequently more restrictive overhead bin configurations of regional aircraft. Furthermore, she grasped the gravity of the universal 2026 smart luggage mandate. Airlines were no longer merely offering suggestions. They were enforcing strict compliance due to serious safety concerns surrounding lithium-ion batteries. These power systems, particularly those exceeding 100 watt-hours, or those that could not be easily removed, pose a tangible fire risk. Airlines, leveraging sophisticated baggage reconciliation systems, BRS, are now equipped to track luggage with unprecedented detail. A non-compliant smart bag isn't just an inconvenience. It represents a safety hazard that can lead to an immediate denial of boarding, or, at best, a forced gate check and potential separation from critical electronic devices. Emily understood that even the smallest non-compliance, particularly with power banks, could trigger a system alert. So, what are the concrete lessons we can draw from Emily's seamless journey? How can you ensure your own experience is just as stress-free? First, always opt for soft-sided luggage when flying on regional jets. That inherent flexibility can make all the difference between securing an overhead spot and facing a frustrating gate check. Second, if you use a smart bag, ensure it has a clearly marked, easily accessible, and TSA-approved removable power system. This point is non-negotiable for your safety and convenience. Third, and critically important, remove that lithium-ion battery before you even enter the airport security line. Place it in your personal item where it is readily accessible and preventing potential delays. Fourth, never assume a standard carry-on size fits all aircraft. Always consult your airline's specific aircraft cabin guides for the particular plane you'll be flying. These are frequently available on their websites. Fifth, pack any truly valuable items, or anything you absolutely cannot afford to lose, in your personal item. This ensures these essentials will always stay with you, regardless of any unexpected gate checks. The smartest traveler isn't simply the one who packs light. It's the one who packs strategically, grounded in up-to-date knowledge and a healthy respect for the intricate nuances of aviation safety and logistics. Don't leave your travel experience to chance. A few minutes of diligent research and thoughtful packing can spare you hours of stress and prevent potential missed connections. How would your current carry-on fare on a regional jet today? Are you genuinely prepared, or are you simply hoping for the best? Make informed choices and navigate the skies with unwavering confidence.